Okay, I got another tough one for you.
Okay.
What's a bigger joke? Tax evader Charlie Rangel writing our tax laws, or Nancy Pelosi saying that the democratically controlled House is the most ethical Congress in history? I ask tough questions.
Wow, these aren't easy.
What's a bigger joke? A tax cheat Charlie Rangel writing our tax laws, or Nancy Pelosi claiming that the democratically controlled House is the most ethical Congress in U.S. history?
Well, they go hand in hand, don't they? Right, one begets the other.
All right.
So, I mean, you're giving a choice that you want to commit, suicide by hanging or
by firing squad.
Yeah, firing squad, exactly. Either way.
Yeah. What's a bigger joke? A tax cheat like Charlie Rangel writing our tax laws, or Nancy Pelosi claiming that the democratically controlled House is the most ethical Congress in history?
Well, that's about the most absurd two instances of anything that I can imagine.
Yet
I don't
true.
even know how to answer those. They're so absurd.
What's a bigger joke? Tax cheat Charlie Rangel writing our tax laws, or Nancy Pelosi claiming that the democratically controlled House is the most ethical Congress in U.S. history?
Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, that takes the cake?
Yeah, that's...
But good old Charlie Rangel, that's a pretty big joke too, don't you think?
He's a pity...
Oh, now he wants to comment.
Well, they said they wanted to get rid of corruption, and I vote for Charlie Rangel to do that. You know, what better person to know how to stop thievery than a thief? I mean, that's...
But I'm not sure he's willing to share his secrets, though.
Yeah. Well, he wouldn't have... He could just fix it, and then he wouldn't have to tell us how he did it. Well, that wouldn't work either. Well, anyway, he's a joke. They're a joke.
It's amazing.
All the politicians.
But why do you think they awarded Barack Obama the Nobel Peace Prize?
Because they're about as stupid as he is.
The Norwegians are, really?
Yeah, didn't you know that?
No, I didn't know much about it.
Oh, the elite Norwegians,
right?
right?
Yeah.
I like Peer Gynt and all those, Hans Christian Andersen. They were, that was a few years ago.
He gave the Peace Prize to Gore
And Carter, right, right.
Yeah.
So he's in good company then, Obama. So people who call Barack Obama second Jimmy Carter, it's beginning to prove itself pretty strongly, especially with this Nobel Peace Prize.
I think he's going to be worse than Carter was.
Wow.
Which is really tough.
Oh my God, I'm getting sick here.
Yes.
Wow, this guy's got a way of making me sick. Oh boy, I shouldn't have interviewed you. But anyway, thanks for your honest comments. Thank you. Thank you.
Anytime.
Here's another tough question. What do you think is a bigger joke? Tax cheat Charlie Rangel writing our tax laws, or Nancy Pelosi claiming that the democratically controlled House is the most ethical Congress in U.S. history?
Unbelievable, both aspects. It's unbelievable what we have running this country.
It's a sick joke, isn't it?
It really is. It doesn't say much as a democracy for us that we elect these kind of people into office, and then they continue to rape us. And I don't know what's wrong with our populace, that they don't wake up to these things. I think, like I said in the last interview, I think people are more interested in their baseball scores. They're more interested in playing golf or things of that nature than they are of what's happening within their own government, within their own country.
Well, being a New Yorker, Rangel infuriates me. Being a New Yorker, seeing people believe in him infuriates me more. But that proves to me the oxymoronic concepts of this nation. Both of them are crooked, lying cheats. So to say that they're ethical, Pelosi isn't, sorry, Nancy Pelosi, you lied. Barney Rangel, you lied. But
Charlie, Barney Frank.
Barney, well, they're equivalent to me. That's why I put them into one
Mix
body.
and match, mix and match.
They are mix and match. You ever... Mr. Potato Head, when I was little, was a fun toy. You had eyes and arms and hats, and you could put them on a potato and then swap them around.
Right.
Basically, Pelosi, Frank, Reed, Rangel, Bishop. I could go on for about 20 minutes.
Interchangeable parts.
They're interchangeable parts. It's
Tim Bishop, Steve Israel.
Please, I had breakfast. I don't want to lose my breakfast.
Yeah.
It's a concept of reality. But you second it. My stomach's getting upset with all these horrible
well,
names.
thanks for your honest response.
You're more than welcome.
Appreciate it. What do you think the odds are of this health care bill passing? We still don't really know what's really in the bill, do we?
No, we don't, and it's unfortunate, but I think the odds of them pushing something through against the wishes of the majority of the American people are unfortunately very high.
Right.
The politicians don't seem to really much care what people think, what their constituents think. They're hell-bent on I mean, there's only one real answer that everything points to, is that they're hell-bent on a different agenda. It's not as simple as it seems. They want to basically change the fabric of our society.
Do you hold out much hope for Olympia Snow or Blanche, what's her name, Lincoln from Arkansas, maybe opposing the bill?
Well, hope is the right word. That's all you can do is hope.
All right. There's not much hope we could believe in so far, is there?
No, but there's, I see the change that you can believe in.
Right. So now qualification for winning the Nobel Peace Prize is good intentions, I guess, right?
I guess, kind of like, I even heard it on some of the liberal media and other places. They said it's kind of like an aspiring young film director claiming that in 5 or 6 years he's going to create an Oscar-winning movie and giving him the Oscar now. I mean, I can claim that I would like things to happen 5, 10, 15 years from now and get $1.5 million for that.
Okay, we'll submit your name to the committee for the next year.
Didn't Idi Amin win the Nobel Prize too? No, I don't think so. He would have fit in with the rest of them.
Right. Maybe he was nominated.
I wouldn't be at all surprised. But again, look where it's coming from, and you have to look toward a different agenda.
Right. Okay.
New world order, whatever it is they're trying to go for, one world government. Point is, it all points to the same thing: changing our way of life and destroying this noble experiment that is the United States.
All right. Thanks so much.
To me is extremely frightening.
All right. Thanks so much for your comments. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, it looks like we'll have an opportunity in 2010 to correct a really big mistake.
Well, I hope the American public that believes, like most of them do, doesn't forget by then that there isn't something that distracts them from it, and that they remember how much damage has already been done.
This latest one with Barack Obama basically ignoring the advice of General McChrystal on the ground in Afghanistan is another example of his indecision.
Well, I think it's pretty clear why he's doing that, because he's trying to hold on to his far left-wing supporters, and that's making him reticent to do what needs to be done from a true leader, from a true commander-in-chief.
He sounded very tough during the campaign about dealing with Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan. What caused a change of heart? You think his liberal constituency?
Well, you notice that what was his major agenda during the campaign is, we're doing the wrong thing in Iraq, we got to take care of Afghanistan. How many times did I say that? He say that during his campaign speeches? Many times. And now that the time is here, he's not doing it. What can be the only reason for that? The only reason can be is that he's trying to play footsie with the far left that's not giving him, or that's threatening not to support him on the other issues if he doesn't cave into them.
Right. That seems to be his modus operandi since he's been in office. Now they're talking about it, actually talking about a second stimulus bill. Is that, are you amazed by that idea?
Well, I think it was so wonderful last week to hear Biden say how the first stimulus bill has worked beyond our wildest expectations.
Which planet?
I don't know what our expectations were, but they must have been close to zero, because that's close to what we got out of it. So now we want to get one that's maybe not written by the SEIU, and now we want to have something that maybe will work. That would be an interesting novelty, except of course they can't do that because they'll still have these stupid comments in there, clauses in there, like the Vermont job that can't go forward because you have to pay union fees if you're not union, on and on and on. I mean, if you read the cap and trade bill, not the cap and trade, I'm sorry, if you read the stimulus package bill, there are so many absurdities in there, and they've spent very little of it. And to say that it's done so much good when we've lost $4 million jobs and the unemployment rate has gone up, and you say that's beyond our wildest expectations, I think we probably do need a base on the moon. Maybe they should live there.
Well, he looked into his crystal ball and said it would have been much worse without the stimulus bill.
Yeah,
or he spoke to the genie that he rubs every morning, the bottle.
This year.
Didn't they claim that the most unemployment will go up? Would be 8.5% if they pass the stimulus bill, and now it's almost at 10.
Well, he said 8%. If we pass it overnight, it's going to be 8%, and that's why we had to sign it without anybody reading it within 6 hours of its printing, and no one knew what was in it. Wonderful.
Yeah, it really worked out well.
That's really encouraging. So now we want more government programs. Why we have the greatest propensity for addressing every issue by writing more laws, more regulations that nobody enforces. They're there. Why aren't they being enforced?
That's a really good question. Appreciate your comments. Thank you.